Hello and welcome to the Tulare Joint Union High School District. This video will walk you through the online registration process. We're starting at our webpage, which you can find at tjuhsd.org. When you'll go here, you're going to come up to this top tab and hover over School Info, scroll down to Registration and Immunizations, and click. So this page tells you about the registration process, the information that you're going to need, and then you'll scroll down to online registration and click on this link. So if you currently have an Aeries account, you will still need to re-register for the online registration portal for the high school district. So if you use Aeries for your current school, you're still going to need to do this. And even if you have a sibling in the high school district, you will still need to register for this online enrollment portal. Once you're here, you can choose your language, and then you're going to click Enroll a New Student. And then you need to come here and make sure that you click and choose 2021-2022 pre-enrollment. This is a very important step. Once you've clicked the pre-enrollment, you're going to click Next. And this is information that you will need. A valid address within our school district boundaries. I can show you how to enter that address to make sure that you choose the correct school site. Immunization dates and local physician name and phone number, those are not required at this time. If you have that information handy, you can enter it, but it is not required right now. We're going to click Next. And you're going to need to create a new account. Again, even if you currently have an Aeries account for your current school, or if you have an Aeries account for a current Tulare High School district student, for this registration, you'll need a new account. So we're going to go ahead and enter our name, first and last, and then an email address. It's very important that you do not use a school email address. For example, if your student goes to Tulare City Schools, please do not use that email address. It will be blocked and you won't be able to click on that email. We actually recommend that you use a Gmail address if possible, but this is an email address that you are going to need access to. So whatever email address that you have that you are able to access and that you use, that's what you want to enter. So I'm going to use a Gmail. If you don't have an email address, there will be another video showing you how to create a Gmail account. It's quick and easy. And then you do need to come up with a password. It can be a very simple password. And then you'll click Create Account. Okay, so these are the terms of service. Once you read through these, you can scroll down to read through them, and then you have to click I agree and next. And so on this information, you're going to put their first name, middle name, and last name. And then you'll come down here and you're going to choose 9th grade. Don't forget, over here on the left, you'll need to enter their birth date. and it will list their age, and then you click Next. Here you'll put your address. I'm just putting the district office address for right now. You don't need the second part of the zip code if you don't know it. You'll confirm that if that's your mailing address and then click Next. And now you're going to select your school. Please choose one of our 3 comprehensive school sites based off of your current address. Those sites are Mission Oak, Tulare Union, and Tulare Western. To find your school site, back on our webpage, here, right near we clicked for school registration on the left side. So again, we're on the district webpage, and I went to school info registration and immunizations. It's still on that site. Here on the left, we have a school locator. And if you click on that and you enter your address, it will tell you which school site you should register at. And so this tells me that my school of attendance so once you are on this page, you need to select your school. You need to choose one of our 3 comprehensive sites. Those would be either Mission Oak, Tulare Union, or Tulare Western. If you're not sure which school site your student is going to attend, you can actually come back to our webpage, and this is the online registration page. And right here on the left-hand side is our school locator. If you click where it says School Locator webpage, so here you can enter your address. This is the district office address. So when I enter that, and then I want to click Find My Schools, and then it will tell you your school site right here. So at this address, I would choose Tulare Union High School. So I'm going to come back to my form, and I'll click on Tulare Union High School, and then go ahead and click Next. Okay, so that's what you do to create your account. As you can see, the system has sent an email to the email address that we entered to verify. And I will show you what that email looks like in our next steps. Okay, so let's check our email. And the email is going to come from the Tulare Joint Union High School District. And you'll see that it has a link. The email should come really within seconds. Um, you could wait up to about 5 minutes. And if you don't receive the email, then you can send an email to Aeries at tulare.k12.ca.us. For the subject, you can put registration help and include your name and your student name. And someone will get back to you and help you with this process. But we have our email. So let's go ahead and click here. And so now our account has been verified. And I'm going to go ahead and click Next. Okay, and so now you are going to be entering information about your student that you are registering. So you will choose your student's gender and you'll put your phone number in. I'll put the district office phone number in. You can put the mobile phone number in, but that's not required. You don't need to put in the student state ID number. And then here there are 2 questions required by law, whether or not your student is Hispanic or Latino, and then the race. As it says, you may select up to 5. And then there's also a question about the highest parent education level. And so the highest level of either parent, just choose that. So we have not a high school graduate, some college. So if a parent went to college but didn't graduate, and then we have college graduate, postgraduate, or you could decline to state and then hit next. And now this screen is for parent information. You'll start with the primary guardian. You'll choose your relationship. And then this would be access to the Aeries portal. This is where you will eventually check your students' grades, schedule, and that information. And so I definitely recommend that you mark yes. And then you'll put your email address here. This should probably be the same email address that you entered to register for this portal. Mailing name would only be if your name is somewhat different than what you entered for first and last name. Um, Again, mail will be sent to the student's home address. So this section right here is in regards to a second copy of the email, this line. Since this is the primary contact, that answer will probably be no. And we've already entered the address. Now, the information that you enter here will be listed in our Aeries system. So it is important to enter as much relevant information as possible and to make sure that it is correct. So you're going to enter your address again. Your primary phone number. So if you have a home phone, you would enter it here. If not, you can go ahead and enter your cell phone number here as well. Enter your cell phone number. I'm going to just put the district office number again. Your work phone number, you can enter that. And again, this information will be saved. So if the school needed to contact you during the workday, they could have that number as well, including an extension or an alternate phone number if needed. Your employer name and address. And then information for a second parent if needed. You would enter, again, the same information. So, for example, you could add, since I did the mother as the first one, you could add the father here as the second one. I'm not going to add a second person. Allow access to portal. So if you want this person to be able to access grades and attendance information, then you would choose yes. If not, then you would choose no. So those are your options there. Um, if you want this person to receive email regarding, the student's information, please enter a correct email address. And if that parent also lives with the student, if that parent does not live with the student and you would like mail for that parent to receive mail, then here you can send a copy of either all mail or only a copy of grades. So those are your options here. If the second parent does not live at the same address, then you would put that information here. This again is the second parent's phone number, cell number, work number, employer name as well. This pre-populated from above. If you have this on no and you enter a second person, then that person's name will be entered here as well, and it's all pre-populated. Okay, so once you have that information in, you're going to click Next. Um, and there is some important information on these next screens, and so you're going to want to make sure to read that information and answer correctly. So if there's a restraining order, please let us know, and then click Next. So emergency contact, this is typically someone not parent number one or parent number two. This needs to be an adult, and it can be another family member, it can be an adult sibling, it can be a family friend. Um, and so you would enter that information. You would enter the relationship of this person to the student. And then you can choose if you want this person to have access to the portal. Normally, this answer is probably no, because again, this is access to grades, attendance, etc. Same thing regarding mail. This answer is typically no, um, because it would be grades, etc. But you could choose for them to receive that information if you desire. Um, If you have not chosen to have mail going to this person, we don't really need their address. The important information would be their phone number and their cell phone number, because again, this is an emergency contact. Oh, let me try that again. So their phone number and or their cell phone number. That's really the important information since this is an emergency contact. I accidentally put the wrong number, but that's okay. This is just for demonstration purposes. Um, Again, email, employer, all of that is really optional at this point. If you would like more than one emergency contact, you can add an additional contact here. We just require one, and then you'll hit next. So, this health survey, if there are medical conditions that we need to know about, please take a moment to enter that. That could be things like known allergies or asthma, um, any kind of medical condition that the school should be aware of. We would like for you to go ahead and enter that here. You would choose the diagnosis, and then you can enter any information here in the contact. If there are no medical conditions we need to know of, then you'll just hit next. If there are multiple conditions, then you can add additional ones here. So we're going to go ahead and hit next. Okay, so other district enrollment. Okay, so for previous schools, really the important information that we need for the interdate, you can keep that very simple and just do for this last year. So we'll say August 1st of 2020, and we'll say that the leaving date is June 5th of 2021. And again, we can just do middle school. So and there's a couple of questions here. Were they expelled? Were they in special education? Were they on a 504 plan? And then you can do the school name. You don't need the school address, and you don't need to do previous schools. So just the current school this year is fine. So you'll just scroll through all of that and then hit next. And so you have notification of rights. If you click on this, it will tell you about your rights under FERPA, which is the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. So when you click on that, I'll open that document. You can scroll through and read about that information. Then come back to the Aeries screen once you've read it. And you have to check mark it here that you've received that information. And then you'll click next. And then authorization. So this is an important page. Please make sure that you read each of these sections. This first one is in regards to photos that might be posted online, on our webpage, or in newsletters, etc. So if you consent for your student's photograph to be used, you can mark either yes or no. And then the responsible use of technology. Our students are given Chromebooks to use at school and at home. And so it's important, you can click here to read the board policy in regards to, this is the student responsible use policy. And so you can read that responsible use policy. It's quite extensive. Once you've read that, then you would come here and you need to choose yes on that your student will use technology in a responsible manner, and then you will click next. So here you don't need to do anything, so you can click next. Okay, and so a few supplemental questions for you. Would you like to receive your report cards electronically? We do progress reports as well as semester grades, and so you can choose here if you want only electronic, or if you would like them mailed. And the good news is you can always log into Aeries and check grades at any time. And then if student is in special ed or has an active IEP, if student is under expulsion, if your student is in foster care or was previously in foster care, and if parent is in or was previously in the military. Click next. And then you will have a summary of the information that you entered. If anything was entered incorrectly, you can go back and correct that information. So it's good to take a moment to look through this information, make sure it is correct. Once you are sure that your information is correct, then you will click Finish and Submit. If by chance you have another student to enroll in the high school district, you can do that here. You can always print this for yourself if you would like. Um, and then when you are going to be doing the online registration, you will be ready to go. Thank you very much.